Hello everyone, this is Sushant. So welcome to Sci Engineers where we are doing our random question videos. This is our fifth section of the random question videos. For those people who are new to the channel, I would like to recommend we have done videos on various chapters in mathematics for MHCET wherein we have discussed the chapter, we have revised the chapter, and we have seen some of the questions which will be asked in that particular chapter. In this random question videos, we are taking questions randomly from different chapters of mathematics in which we are discussing tips on how to solve the questions. This particular video is going to discuss the questions which were placed in the mock test 1 which was shared with all of you. For those who are new, please go and check in the description for the mock test which was shared. Also, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to our channel. People, please do like the video so that we know that our content is helping you in your studies. Please share with your friends so that it also helps them in their studies for mathematics. So the first question which we are taking from the paper is form the differential equation for this particular equation. Now while solving this, you can go by the traditional way of checking out the arbitrary constants which is present in the equation given to me. So in this case it's my a and b which is present. So basically now you have to take the derivative of this equation twice. So you can directly take the derivative of it or you can just simplify it a bit. So we are considering the equation that is my y equals e raised to x into a plus b x plus x square. Now what you can do is you can take this e raised to x on this side. So what we will get is y into e raised to minus x equals a plus bx plus x square. Now this might look a bit complicated, but then you have to use pure logic in this. Now what you have to do is now taking derivative directly. What you will be getting is you will be getting this derivative, that is this is going to be my uv rule. So it's a derivative of my y, so that's going to be y1. I'm denoting it by y1 into e raised to x minus x, that as it is. Then derivative of e raised to minus x, that's going to be minus e raised to minus x into y as it is. Now on this side what you can see is that my a is going to be getting vanished off because it's just a constant, so it's going derivative of that thing is going to be 0. In this now remaining is my b plus 2x. In the next step you will be taking the second derivative. Now again you have a uv rule over here, so you will be having a y2, that's a derivative of y1, so it's going to be the second derivative of y into e raised to minus x as it is, plus it's going to be derivative of this. So since it's derivative of e raised to minus x, it's going to be minus e raised to minus x into y1 as it is. Now this again it's a derivative, so it's a uv rule, so it's going to be e raised to minus x derivative, which is going to give me a plus because this is already a minus present. So e raised to minus x into y, and derivative of that, since there is a minus present, it's going to be a minus of that, e raised to minus x into y1 is equal to, now the b gets removed, so it's going to be 2. Now what you can see is that e raised to minus x is present in every term. You can take that on that side and you'll be getting it as y2 minus a 2y1 plus y equals 2 into e raised to x. So you're directly getting the equation, that is your differential equation. Otherwise, if you would have gone by the traditional way of taking direct derivative of it, you would be still remaining with this term, then it's just replacing those terms by searching for those terms in that. So it might get complicated, but this, if you just use your pure logic and common sense, you would be able to solve it in a much quicker way. So looking at the options, you can see that the option which is going to be present is going to be my A option. Moving to the next question, we have a tan inverse x equals sine inverse 3 by root 10. Now what you can do is you can construct this triangle, which is your right angle triangle, considering this as theta. If you take this as root 10 and this is 3, so your sine theta is going to be equal to 3 by root 10 because it's going to be the opposite upon hypotenuse. So what you are getting is theta is sine inverse 3 by root 10. So that is what is asked in your question. Using your Pythagoras theorem, you can find this side. So that's going to be root 10 square minus 3 square. So that's going to be 1 square. So that's 1. So now I have to find what is going to be my tan of theta. So my tan of theta is going to be nothing but the opposite upon hypotenuse. So that's going to be 3. So theta is going to be tan inverse of 3. So what you are getting is your x as 3. So you will be marking your option as A. Moving to the next question, we have this integration of root of 8 plus 2x minus x square. So what you have to do in such type of sums is you have to form a perfect square of it. Now whenever you are having a minus of x square, what you have to do is you have to take the minus common from these two terms. So what you will be doing is you will be taking the 8 outside as it is, taking the minus sign common from there. So we'll be getting a x square minus 2x. Now if you want to form perfect square of this, it's going to be x square minus 2x plus 1. So how do you form the perfect square? It is just division of the coefficient by 2 and squaring it. So it's going to be 1 square. Since you are adding the 1 inside the bracket but outside it's minus, so you have to add the 1 outside the bracket also. So this becomes a 9 over here. So you are having this integration as a 3 square minus x minus 1 the whole square. So it is of the form root of a square minus x square. So you know that the formula for this thing is going to be your x minus 1 by 2, that is x by 2, root of whatever was inside. So it's going to be the same, that is 8 plus 2x minus x square, plus it's going to be the a square by 2. So in this case my a square, that is my a is 3, so a square is going to be 9, so 9 by 2, and it's going to be sine inverse of x minus 1 by 3 plus c. So if you check out for the option, it's going to be your option C. Moving to the next one, we have a 1.99 cube minus 3 into 1.99 plus 5. You have to find the approximate value of this. So what you have to do is you have to first of all understand that this question is from application of derivatives, wherein you have to find the approximate value, because in that only you have the problem with wherein you have to find the approximate values of certain functions. Now in this they have not given directly the function. What you have to do is you have to consider the 1.9 as the place of 1.9, you have to consider it as x. So it's going to be x cube minus 3x plus 5. This is going to be your function. So your function is going to be x cube minus 3x plus 5. Once you have understood that this is your function, now you have to take the derivative of this function. So your f dash of x is going to be 3x square minus 3. So once you have the derivative, now you can write your approximation formula. So your f of a plus h is equal to f of a plus h into f dash of a. So in this you have to find what is going to be your a. So here your a can be taken as 2, because you have to understand that you have to take the nearest value. So 2 is the nearest value where you can easily find what is going to be the value of this particular function. So your a is 2, so in this case my h is going to be minus 0.01. So substituting those values, so your f of 1.99 is going to be your f of 2 plus h. In this case my h is going to be minus 0.01 and f dash of 2. So now what you have to do is you have to search for the values of f of 2 and f dash of 2. So that basically you have to substitute wherever x is present as 2. So that's going to be 8 minus 6 plus 5 for f of 2. So after solving, you will be getting the approximate value as 6.91. So it's basically your option C. Moving to the next one, we have in triangle ABC, we have a square sine b minus c divided by b sine b plus sine c. So what you can do is you can take the a square common from here. Your sine b minus sine c, you can expand it. So that's going to be a sine b cos c minus cos b sine c divided by sine b plus sine c. So a square outside. So using your sine rule for the sine terms, you will be having kb for this cos c minus kc for this cos b divided by a kb plus kc. So now what you can do is you can take the k is common and that's going to be cancelling out with each other. So we'll be having a square into b cos c minus c into cos b divided by b plus c. So next what you can do is you can replace your cos c by the cosine rules. So what you have done is you have replaced your cos c by the cosine rule formula and cos b by the same cosine rule formula. What you can see is your b gets cancelled, your c gets cancelled, and then the a gets cancelled with the outside because it's common for both the terms. Then after that you can see that when you're opening this particular bracket, you're getting this as minus a square minus c square plus b square. A gets cancelled, the a square gets cancelled, and you're having with a 2b squares and minus 2c squares. You can take the 2 common, it gets cancelled with this particular 2, and what you'll be getting is this particular thing, that is a into b square minus c square. So you can apply your a square minus b square form. So that's going to be a into b plus c into b minus c. That gets cancelled with the denominator. So you are having a into b minus c. So what you can relate is for the term a square sine of b minus c divided by sine b plus sine c, you are getting this particular term. So similarly, on the similar basis, if you look out for the second term, that is your b square into sine of c minus a divided by sine of c plus sine a, the term which you will be getting is b into c minus a. And for the last one, that is your c square sine a minus b divided by sine of a plus sine b, you will be getting the term as c into a minus b. So it is just this term which is present outside that remains outside, and whatever is inside the sign, that's going to be over here. So when you're adding all those terms, so that the terms are, if you just open the bracket, it's going to be ab minus ac plus bc minus ab plus ac minus cb. So what you can see is that the CB gets cancelled, AC gets cancelled, AB gets cancelled. So you are landing with only 0. So your option should be your A option. So in the next one, we have been given that the displacement S at time t is given by this particular equation, and we have to find what is going to be the condition for my velocity. So what you have to do is you have to consider this particular displacement function which is given to you. From that you can find your velocity by the derivative of your displacement with respect to time. So that's going to be minus 6t square plus 6. Now you need your velocity. What is going to be the velocity? Whether it is going to be an increasing function, a constant function, or a decreasing or a fluctuating. You have got your velocity. You need to know whether the velocity is going to be a decreasing, increasing, or a constant function. You need to check what is its derivative going to be. So you need to find your dv by dt. So your dv by dt is going to be minus 12t. So since you can see for any time which is going to be greater than t, this particular value is going to be less than 0. Since it is going to be less than 0, that means my velocity is going to be a decreasing function. So that is why your option should be C. Moving to the next one, we have a y equals cos square 3x by 2 minus sin square 3x by 2. Then we have to find what is going to be the double derivative of this. So what you need to do is you have to consider the equation which is given to you. So y equals a cos square 3x by 2 minus sine square 3x by 2. Now what you are having is the angle which is present inside the cos and sine are same. So this is of the form your cos square theta minus sine square theta. So what you will be getting is, this is your formula for your cos 2 theta. So that's going to be a cos of 2 into 3x by 2. So the 2 gets cancelled. So it's going to be a cos of 3x. So that is why you can just give it a thought on the question, like how can you solve it, so that the time or the time requirement for that solving the sum is reduced. So MHTCET problems are mostly like that only. Let's just give it a 1 or 2 second thought and then go and solve the sum. So solving this, you have to find the derivative of this, that is your cos 3x derivative. So the first derivative is going to be minus sine 3x, and the 3 gets outside. Then second derivative, it's going to be derivative of sine. So that's going to be a cos 3x, and the 3 again gets outside, so that's going to be a 9. So you know that your cos 3x is nothing but your y. So that is why your y2 is going to be minus 9y. So if you just look out for the option, that's going to be your option. Moving to the next one, we have y equals pi by 4 at x equals 1. Then the solution of this particular differential equation is going to be what is asked. So since you have to understand that this is going to be a differential equation which is asked, and they have given the values. So you have to find the particular solution in this case and not a general solution. So after solving the differential equation, you have to substitute the values which are given to you and find the constant c in that differential equation. So let us go for it. Let us first consider the equation which is given to me, that is 1 plus x square a sec square y dy plus 2x tan y dx. Now what you can observe is that all the x terms and the y terms are pretty much separated. What we have to do is we have to bring them together. So wherever dx is present, you have to bring the x terms. Wherever dy is present, bring the y terms. So first of all, let us take this term on this side. So you'll be getting 1 plus x square a sec square y dy equals minus 2x tan y dx. So now wherever dx is present, bring the x terms. Wherever y is present, bring the y terms. So what you will be getting is sec square y dy divided by tan y equals a minus 2x divided by 1 plus x square dx. Now simply taking the integration on both sides. So what you are having, if you just observe, you have a tan y and its derivative is in the numerator. You have a 1 plus x square and its derivative in the numerator. So now what you are having is, this is the integration of f dash of x upon f of x dx. So you should know that this particular integration is nothing but your log of f of x. So using that concept, you will be having this as log of tan y equals a minus which was already present, a log of 1 plus x square plus a c, we can write that as log c. So what you will be having is tan y is equal to a c divided by 1 plus x square, or a tan y into a 1 plus x square is equal to some c. Now you have to find this particular c. So they have given you the values, that is y equals pi by 4 and x equals 1. So let us substitute. You have y equals pi by 4 and x equals 1. So when you're substituting tan as pi by 4, that's going to be 1. And when you're substituting x as 1, it's going to be 2. So you have c as 2 into 1. So c is basically 2. So on substituting that value, you will be getting the equation as tan y into 1 plus x square is equal to 2, which is nothing but your option, that is your B option. Moving to the last one, we have this matrix which is given to me and I have to find these terms. Now this is pretty much standard problem wherein you have the terms, that is your term of A11, which is basically this one, A12 is this, and A13 is this. So what you have to remember in this case is, you have to remember that if the terms that are these terms which are there, if they are in the same row and the same column, and the corresponding cofactors which are asked in the product, if they are not from that particular row or column, then that value is going to be 0. But if they are from the same row or the column, like in this case if it would have been A11, A12 and A13, then in that case it is going to be nothing but the value of this matrix, that is the determinant of this matrix. So just remembering that, your answer is going to be 0 in this case. So thank you guys for watching the video. Please do like, share, subscribe if you are new to the channel. Please do comment also on the videos which we are doing. Please do share your thoughts, like how do you feel about the videos. Please do write in the comment section. I would like to remind you guys that after your MHTCET we will be taking up videos for your first year engineering subject. The videos will also be based on how to decide on the field which you can go for, and also how to fill in the cap round which will be coming after the results of your CET. So till then, keep watching, keep learning, and happy learning.